Hello, it's Gina here, and this is the second lecture for vocabulary level 4. So the first words are laugh and laughter. Laughter is a noun, which means the act or sound of laughing. Laugh is a verb, which means to smile while making sounds with your voice that show you think something is funny or you are happy. So these are several sentences. The first sentence says, many social people always say laughter is the best medicine. So, laughter here is a noun because it is the act or sound of laughing. So, the act or sound of laughing is the best medicine. That's how thousands of people start their day at Laughter Yoga Club around the world. And many doctors now think that having a good laugh might be one of the best ways to stay healthy. So over here, Laughter Yoga Club, laughter is a noun because the yoga club's name is laughter. And laugh over here is a verb. The first Laughter Yoga Club started in Mumbai, India in 1995 by Dr. Meedan. Young children laugh about 300 times a day, adults between 7 and 15 times a day. Laughter reduces stress in the body and strengthens your immune system. That is very good for the heart. I said he'd have to give a talk and he laughed nervously. So over here, laughed is a verb, but it's a past tense. There's also laughing, which is a verb too. The second word is fake. Fake can be an adjective or a noun. The adjective of fake means an object which is made to look real or valuable in order to deceive people. So nowadays we see a lot of Louis Vuitton bags and scarves and stuff that it looks real, but it isn't. It deceives people. And the noun is someone who is not what or who they say they are. They're not real. So these are sentences. Experts revealed that the painting of the car was fake. So over here, it's an adjective because the painting of the car looked like it was real. It deceived people as it was real. But experts, they revealed that the painting was fake. The gun in the thief's hand was fake. So over here, it's same, it's an adjective. After working for 10 years as a doctor, he was exposed as a fake. Over here, it's a noun because the man, he considered himself, he said that he was a doctor, but after 10 years, he was exposed as fake. So it was not real. He wasn't a doctor. The murderer has used a fake passport to pass all the checkpoints and then travel to USA. So over here, it is an adjective because the passport is fake. Hersha was charged with possessing a fake passport. So over here, it's an adjective too. Reduce. Reduce is a verb and it means to make something smaller in size, amount, degree, importance. We bought a television that was reduced from 500 to 350 in the sales. So over here, reduced is past tense. So at first it was 500 and it was reduced, so the price changed to 350. To make a thicker sauce, reduce the ingredients by boiling for 5 minutes. I reduced the problem to a few simple questions. My weight reduces when I stop eating sugar. Glad. Glad is an adjective and it means pleased and happy. So you can describe someone's feeling, someone as being, like for example, I was glad that I finished all my homework. So it's like a description describing someone's feeling or how they feel, or yourself. I am really glad to participate in Dado group music because that was my dream to work in a music club. Gully is glad to see her mother again after 13 years. Heja will be so glad if we finish our project on time. Kurdish people will be so glad if KRG becomes independent. Confuse and confused. So, confuse is a verb. It means to mix up someone's mind or ideas or to make something difficult to understand. The adjective, which is confused, means when you can't think clearly or understand something. So, these are sentences. You are confusing him. Tell him slowly, one thing at a time. So, over here, it's a verb because to mix up someone's mind. So the person is confusing, it's mixing up his mind or ideas. Ziad was confused and didn't know what to do when he failed in the math exam. So this describes how Ziad was feeling, how he was confused, describes it. So that means it's an adjective. If my teacher gives me too many details about Ottoman Empire, I will just confuse all of them. This is the verb. We were really confused by the fact that the signs pointed in opposite direction. Grandfather gets quite confused sometimes and doesn't even know what day it is. So over here it's an adjective because it is describing how the grandfather is. I'm a bit confused. Was that her husband or her son she was with? Your essay gets a bit confused halfway through when you introduce too many ideas at once. Satisfy and satisfied. So, satisfy is a verb which means to please someone by giving them what they want or need or believing to someone or something. Satisfied means pleased because you have got what you wanted or because something has happened in the way you wanted. So something has already happened in the adjective. They have 31 flavors of ice cream, enough to satisfy everyone. Over here it's a verb. The authorities were satisfied of, so they accepted the seriousness of his situation. There are three main conditions you must satisfy if you wish to be a member of the club. She satisfies all the requirements for the job. So over here, it's a verb. The candidates list below has failed to satisfy the examiners. Many of the listeners survived said they were not satisfied with station programs. The judge was satisfied that she was telling the truth. She was very smug and self satisfied about getting the promotion. So, over here, it's an adjective. Self satisfied means that the person was satisfied by themselves. Exhaust. Definition, it means to make someone extremely tired. I've exhausted myself with all that cleaning. So over here, it's a verb, but it's a past tense because with all the cleaning that they already did, the person has become exhausted. Our plans was to exhaust children at the park so that they would sleep in the car. So this one hasn't happened yet. It was a that was their plan so that they could make the children fall asleep. Please don't exhaust yourself cooking and cleaning for him. Kado can look after himself. Exhaust, it's a verb over here, which hasn't happened yet. The effort of his ordeal completely exhausted my brother. Slow down. Slow down if it's if both of them are stuck together, so it's one word, it's a noun, a reduction in speed, activity, or the rate that things are produced. Slow down when there's a space between the two words, when it's two words, then that's a verb. It means to slow down or walk slowly, not run. The company has showed that there is a slowdown in its production, so they will loan some money from government. Because of worldwide economic slowdown, many people move to the villages to work for their own. Sally, please slow down because we are so tired we can't run anymore. The car in the race was slowed down because it was closed to the folk. Be careful to slow down because a part of the road damaged by the flood last night, Carol said. So over here in this picture, slow down, it's a verb. He is telling the driver to slow down. Deadline. Deadline is a noun and means a time or day by which something must be done. So for example, usually deadlines are given for like university. They give deadlines to students to write an essay or finish a project, or your job, they give you a deadline to finish your work or a particular case. But also, you can give yourself a deadline. For example, you can say that I'm going to give myself a deadline that I should finish watching all these videos in a month. So these are sentences. There's no way I can meet that deadline. I'm afraid you've missed the deadline. The deadline for applications was May the 30th. The end of the year was the self-imposed deadline for finishing the building work. We are working to a tight deadline. We do not have much time to finish the work. So when it says a tight deadline, that means that they don't have much time, but they have to finish it in that time. Workaholic, that's a noun, and it means a person who works a lot of the time and finds it difficult not to work. So basically, they're kind of addicted to working. A self-confessed workaholic, Tony Richardson, can't remember when he last had a holiday. Because he's worked so much, he doesn't remember when last time he had a holiday. A professional workaholic, Kawa, has been wanted to send to Australia for an engineering course. Japanese are known to be workaholic because they usually spend their time in their workplace. So this is a little quiz. So you can pause the video right now and answer the questions maybe on a piece of paper. Just write the first one, that's the word, or whichever word it is. Over here, use these words. They're 12 words and basically 12 blanks. And yeah, so pause the video now because after this I will be giving the answers for each one of them. Okay, so the first one says, my father is a blank. He works for 9 hours every day at a motorbike company. So this person works 9 hours a day. So this means that they are a workaholic. Because of worldwide economic blank, many people move to the villages to work for their own. Over here, it's slow down, and we said that slow down is a noun. If there was a space between it, then it was a verb. But over here, it's a noun. The candidates list below has failed to blank the examiners to satisfy. The fourth one, the drugs my brother is taking make him drowsy and confused, but there are times he's quite lucid. The fifth one, the final deadline for the submission is February 21st. So usually when it comes to deadlines, there are dates. For example, you can say February 21st, or is tomorrow, or is next month. It usually has a date. The teacher was really glad to see his students while doing their homework. Seventh one, wearing the correct type of clothing will reduce the risk from radiation. The plane reduced, this one it's with an ED, speed as it approached the airport. As we approached the hall, we could hear the sound of laughter. The long journey exhausted the children. It is very rare that a book is so good you actually laugh out loud. The last one is, after working for 10 years as a doctor, he was exposed as a fake. So I hope you've got it all right, or maybe close to all. And if you haven't, it's totally fine. You can rewatch the video and take notes and do the quiz again. So I'll see you till next time. Bye.